Hello and good luck, Zegsy. Would you like to play first? Yeah, we'll play first. No forest. Only a lame 2-drop, and then one land gets us to dissolve, but then we have to draw a lot of lands for our other things. On the play, though, I always feel bad about these decisions. I'm going to keep it, mainly because of this dissolve. We're already going to be down a card, and I don't want to mulligan. And having a 2-drop to kind of stay alive while we get our next dissolve, which will help us scry, hopefully get us into some action here. Definitely a sketchy keep, and not a hand I love, but I hate mulliganing. And I should probably do it more often than I actually do, but... Ooh. Well, let's see how aggressive my opponent's being. Of course, we rip absolute awesomeness in being lucky that way. I'm well aware of that. Though it's certainly a probability of getting a land. Not too sure how probable it would be for the forest. Oh, this is what we were doing earlier. Someone's in our earlier colors from the first part of our draft. Cool, I'll just go ahead and keep Dissolve up. Do I attack with Bronze Sable? No, I'm on the defense. And I will block to try to bring out a combat trick. The issue is a combat trick still triggers Heroic, but having something to dissolve, we'll see. Battle-wise Valor. That's okay then, because there's no point to dissolve that guy. My opponent can just make it big, get the 3/3 down. That's cool. My opponent put the card on the bottom of the library, so it's getting a little bit of value. We'll just keep our Dissolve up. Take a couple of beats, but before you know it, we'll have a Prussian Chimera and a Vulpine Goliath, and then a Sea God's Revenge online. So we're in a pretty good shape against this kind of deck, and we are definitely dissolving Daxus. That's obviously the case. Ooh, and I actually like Agent Horizons. We'll put that on top of the library there. Take our 3, and then defense is up with Prussian Chimera. Ooh, Wingsteed Rata. Yeah, Sea God's Revenge is going to be very good against my opponent. And being able to attack with Prussian Chimera here is going to be very good, which we shall do. A +2/+2 pump makes this actually very bad for us. So I lied. I'm not going to attack because the Rider can just get to be a 5/5 and then I have nothing good happening after that. So instead, we'll keep the Vulpine Goliath. So that hand was a little bit sketchy. Kind of lucked out a wee bit in getting the right cards to get going, but I think we also played it well and trusted our deck would get there. Next, what we're going to be doing is playing our Agent of Horizons, and we can start attacking in with some relative unblockable immunity here. There is a choice right now to play Sea God's Revenge, which I very much like, because we can get 9 points of damage in. Sets my opponent way back. If I attack it with just the Goliath, though, the Goliath will trade for at least one of any of my opponent's cards and a combat trick. So it's an inherent 2-for-1. And I kind of like that because I can still get Agent of Horizons online afterwards. So let's give that a try and try to get a combat trick out, because if we can let my opponent use up all of those kind of tricks and then Sea God's Revenge, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Cool. And that just makes our next turn insane with Sea God's Revenge. Oh, My opponent's playing a third color. Not exactly what I would do in a black, black in a white-blue heroic deck. So it looks like my opponent's very interested in racing and yet not attacking, which is very good for us. We get attacking with the Agent of Horizons and play a Sedge Scorpion, or just do Sea God's Revenge now, which I kind of like. If we get rid of the Hoplite, the Wingsteed Rider, and the Decorated Griffin, we can attack with everything. My opponent either makes unfavorable blocks, and then the Agent of Horizons is going to be able to finish the job off. So let's do that right now, especially while my opponent's tapped up. Oh, we get a scry. How about that? I always forget about that. That's just the rubbins. Let me do Sea God's Revenge, and then I'm going to scry. And we actually will keep this Agent of Horizon. That's going to be great. Wouldn't mind being able to get a source to play our Emissary, but this guy, you know, Agent of Horizons is just going to close out the game now that we're going to be so far ahead. So my opponent's thinking right now, maybe about how to get back, or just frustrated, not too sure. Oh, I'm being stupid. They're waiting for me. I thought I already clicked that. Sorry guys, my bad. Opponent does a basic block, takes a bunch of damage, and then we have some nice follow-up plays. And opponent didn't draw anything to get out of that. Alright, Sea God's Revenge. Alrighty. Definitely want our Shredding Winds in here. We didn't see anything insane on the artifact or enchantment side. Do I want my Stymied Hopes? So what's bad? Bronze Sable will help us stay alive, but it's not exactly a good card. It just gets outclassed so quickly from what my opponent has, but it does play against THS, so that's kind of okay. Maybe this Breaching Hippocamp can come in and like bring back a Chimera or something, but maybe that's not awesome. Or maybe the Vulpine Goliath I don't have time for. It's a big old dude. Definitely playing the Shredding Winds. So I think it's really just between Breaching Hippocamp or pulling out one of my high drops, because my opponent is going to be somewhat aggressive. So I like having the Bronze Sable up, forces my opponent to play some kind of spell. I'm also kind of interested in this Stymied Hopes. I mean, my opponent's going to have a lot of combat tricks and such, but it's about having this early drop just to kill an early creature, really. So yeah, I'm going to pull out the Vulpine Goliath and one of the Chimeras, even though they are in the deck. I just think it's redundant. I have Colossus, 2 Chimeras, and a Scholar to deal with all the big flyers and threats. And I just want to kind of lower my curve and, you know, just stay alive long enough while this happens. Alright, this is obviously a great hand with a Voyaging Satyr to get into our other guys later. I'd like to have a nice mid-range creature at some point. But maybe we'll just play the Emissary out right away. Turn 3 Emissary still isn't bad. It's just, it's going to be going against what I'm trying to do against my opponent, which means it's going to put me on the aggressive, but I'm okay with that. Ooh, we do have the Scorpion. Unfortunately, we're going to wait on that. I would love to have had that last turn, because I think I just want to be able to get the Emissary out first, right? That's got to be correct. This is actually kind of tough. So next turn, I play what? Nothing. If I just play Sedge Scorpion, the next turn I'm playing the Voyaging Satyr. But I'm also preventing a bit of damage. Well, we'll see how aggressive my opponent wants to play this. If my opponent wants to bash in and use a trick or something to get this guy big right away, cool. My opponent hasn't seen the Sedge Scorpions yet. Real issues if Battlewise Hoplite gets put in the air by like a Pegasus or something. Yep. So that's actually kind of good. Looks like we're only taking 2 this turn, and that's just fine. Awesome. Alright, emissary it up, right? And then we'll have the Scorpion, and I mean, the Scorpion just like hang out for a while until we really get there, right? Because we're gonna be able to play Chimera into Arbor Colossus, or Arbor Colossus into Chimera, however we want, and that's just gonna be insane. Ooh, maybe I'm gonna be careful here. I mean, I'll be able to attack through it with Annex, but this is gonna be hard. Right now we want the Arbor Colossus to be able to deal with our Annex here. If I attack in with Heliod's Emissary, what happens? We get tapped down, Annex and Psymede. My opponent could do a double up, but then I'm removing two of my opponent's creatures. I kind of like that. And I'm not going to be blocking with the Emissary because of the combat tricks my opponent has. So we'll just go ahead and attack in. We're probably just going to get 3 points of damage in. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. So let's see if my opponent attacks in with Annex. That'll kind of show if there's a combat trick that's gonna, get this guy huge. Because I have to be careful of 6 power coming down. But we're winning a race right now, and the Arbor Colossus is hard to deal with. Could be some bounce, which is scary for sure. Ooh, and a flyer, that's scary. We do have Prussian Chimera to deal with. But again, the race is in our favor right now. And my opponent wants to race? Am I missing something here? My opponent's tapped out. So I block the Battle-Wise Hoplite. What am I missing? Gain tramples. So my opponent just wants to race, right? Yes, my opponent wants to race. That is very interesting. Ooh, I love having this dissolve right now. Because we can play... I could play my Prescient Chimera and a Sedge Scorpion, which is kind of nice. We'll wait on the Arbor. I think I just want to keep Dissolve up, because right now I'm winning on the board. Yeah, I'm like way much lower in life, but I can just use the Voyaging Satyr to chump Annex, and then I'm only taking 2. And I'll have the Sedge Scorpion also for blocking, and that's kind of cool. So, yeah. I think we do that, and then we'll be able to Monstrous or something on the backup. So yeah, I just want to keep Dissolve available right now. So what is that? 5? I mean, that's just how I lose, right? By this guy being on a lock. It's kind of a lame thing to target. That becomes a 5. Becomes 6. Yeah. We'll dissolve it. Certainly not stoked to be dissolving that guy, but I do want to not take more damage at this point. Okay, so I take 4 from Annex and Psymede on the first strike, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. My opponent could have something. How do I lose this? The trample is not awesome, but yeah, I'm okay with going down to 4. I'm not okay with going down to 3. So we'll do this block here. What's going on? Oh, sorry. I thought I was in blocks already. Where are we at, game? Don't want to miss my block step. Here we go. We'll do this. So we are taking some damage, but, gets rid of a dude. We're only going to be down to 3 now. My opponent plays out. Oh, and we got there. Okay, cool. So my opponent could play something out, but with the Prussian Chimera to continue to chump, and with our attacks, we're gonna be in a really good spot. Awesome. Oh, my opponent already left the game. Whatever. Here we go on to the finals.